fairly certain the injured male helped, but how he helped, I don't know. But it's difficult to say. Even with those scratches, it could have been that the one male had hold at one stage and then held somewhere else. It looks quite steep from where they are as well. I don't know if you want to try and give it a go. I did try a little bit earlier, but decided just to stay where I could see them. But I did try and go in a bit further down, and it looks like there's a bit of a plateau that you might be able to drive on, but it's a bit difficult to try and get in there.
Get pulled up from where you are.
Affirmative, if you want to come and sit next to me, and I'll pull out and you can try and get a view. If you want me to, if you want to come in here, and then I'll drive next to you. They're just straight in front of us here. So if you want to drive into here, yeah. Do you not want to come here, Tex, and I'll sit that side? You guys, can you see past? Yeah? Okay. The other one is just behind this green tree, so there's the one sitting up, and then to the left there's the other one. Yeah. But there's one that's, it was his injured leg, left leg last night. He's limping. Do you know which Bengala these are?
That young male and the two young men.
There's one that's injured, and then there's the other one. Yeah. But there's the other two on Cheetah Cut Line. Do you know which they were?
I might just have to see that other young guy. I don't know why.
Yeah. Because I was wondering if they were the Inkahumas last night on Cheetah.
This is from Cheetah.
There's two males.
Yeah, this young one.
Comes in the bush again.
It's up again. So yeah, as I say, I think he must have helped, but it is difficult to say for sure without obviously seeing it. But they were certainly interested last night. So at the moment he has moved, so we're not going to be able to see him too well. Has he walked off, did you see?
Yeah.
Has he walked? Yeah, it does look like there's other people interested as well, and we're not getting a great view of them. At the moment, I'm not sure if we're going to get a great view, so I'm going to pull out, let other people try and have a go and see if they make their way back to the kill. And let other people... But I'll still answer the questions as we're driving and looking for... Oh, sorry, I thought we were zoomed out.
You want to try another time? Next time coming? Well, I don't know if we can see from the other side. We can't see that. Want to try another side or what? You want to go? It's okay.
How are you?
I'm going to follow to the other side. I don't know if you can move it.
Not here. But if you saw where I was just parked, there's one still lying down, the other one's just moved off.
Okay.
But I think is there a couple of other people wanting to come here? Because I'll pull out and come back a little bit later.
Okay.
But you got the kill just here, hey?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we're just gonna see not them, and maybe they'll come out later.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know which lines they were last night on Cheetah Cut Line?
No.
No, because I'm struggling to identify these two. There's one with a very bad limp on his left leg. Oh, you saw him? Okay.
With two females.
Oh, with two females, because it's just the two males
Two
here.
females and one male with a limp.
I think this is a different one, because there's two males, and that's it here. And we saw them last night by Gowrie Dam, and they were trying to hunt the buffalo on the Gowrie Dam, and I think this is one of the buffaloes that they were actually looking in. But I'm struggling to see who they are. Okay.
How are you?
It's cold. Okay. Stations, there's not much of a visual from these two in Gala. They're in the drainage line just to the east of the Bamba on Weaver's Nest Road. There's two movers in the lock at the moment.
From the north-hand side, I want to see if I can get any gap.
Copy that text. I'm actually going to leave the lock, so there's space for one.
Can you see them from the other side?
I've pulled out Andrew's there now. I think we'll, as I say, drive around for a little bit and just see if they do make their way back onto the kiln.
Echo. Can you see them from your side? That's one. Yeah, one. You pick up the four. You got them see them from the other side.
Sorry, Herman, who was asking that question about who they were? Viv. Hi Viv, just wanting to know who they are. As I say, we're still struggling to know who they are. Tex was reckoning the sticks, but it's not the sticks. The male was seen with the 4 females last night while we were at the Gowrie Dam with these 2 males, and they said that the male was with them. I don't think... Okay. Okay. Okay, we've just got a few people a bit confused at what's going on with the lions, I think with the feed jumping. We first of all had the male lion eating from a kill, and then he got up and walked into the bush. And we had 2 lions last night at Gowrie Dam trying to hunt, and that's why I was saying, okay, looks like he's actually looking for the other lion, and he found him lying down where we left him on the bank. Found him there, so that's why we're seeing the 2 male lions actually lying down. So he was on the kill, but went to rest up with his friend, mate, whatever you want to call it. There's a vulture coming down actually. It is going to start attracting vultures. The kill is right out in the open. You know what, let's try, I'm just going to drive by and see if we can find where those hyenas are again.
Look the video, but keep driving along that, not far away from where I just took the video.
Now there's 2 vehicles there that are actually going to be able to help each other find where the lions are on the other side. So it is quite steep. Not phased about the vehicles, but night and day do have a different effect on animals. Sometimes they can become a lot braver at night because they're under the cover of darkness. So they're not as concerned about vehicles as during the day. would like to try and get a positive ID on them before you left. At least I got the whisker pattern of the one that was eating. But at least we have another story to unfold. Hopefully we're going to see some vultures coming down. And speaking of vultures, I am having Dr. Patrick Benson coming to join me for a fireside chat this evening. He's going to be talking about the vultures, conservation of vultures, and research that he's been doing on vultures in the area and also in Asia. So hopefully you can join me for that at 6:30 Central African time this evening. I'm looking forward to it a great deal. We have the impala here. Looking a little bit wary. Let's get these two males here. Again, you can see males actually mixing in with females now that the rut is over. Their main priority is to stay safe, and safety in numbers is one of the best ways to do that. Actually turning into quite a large herd. There's quite a lot behind us as well. There's actually a warthog a little bit further back behind the impala. I was hoping to find some baboons around here. Maybe they've slept in this morning. And here the Arrow March babblers calling in the distance. Let's see if we can just have a quick look at the warthog as well. The day that I decided to put shorts on, in the morning, we actually have clouds pulling in. You see the warthog towards the back, just in front of the log there. And perfectly normal to see different species with each other, especially if they're not competing for the same food. And that's why you get to see so many different antelope species together, like wildebeest, impala, and up in different areas you'll get maybe blesbok mixing in with them, sometimes eland, depends on where you are. But you may even get hartebeest, Sesame. And obviously warthogs as well, and zebra also mixing in there. And again, if they're not competing for the fruit, then they can just use each other, better eyesight, better hearing on some species than others, able to detect each other. And you may even get birds into the mix as well, like the oxpeckers. Can be a warning call, or a warning system. You can hear a sunbird. We've actually been having white-bellied sunbirds around camp a lot recently. You can hear one calling in the background. Now that I've said that, it stops. It's like a deet 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 deet. Have you had enough of the warthog, Sebastian? No, we'll carry on. I just noticed you looking down here.
Oh, I just came back on you. So I was watching up in there.
Oh, and there's a green-backed heron. Actually on the other side of the dam. I wonder if the heron has started taking to sitting on the backs of the hippos because of the hammerkop. We've been seeing one hammerkop and one heron, and they seem to be at the same dam together, so I wonder if the hammerkop is around here. And the hammerkop has been sitting on the back of the heron, the back of the hippos. And I wonder if that heron has been watching it, and it's now doing it itself. Or whether there's actually a sandbank there and it just looks like it's sitting on the back of the hippo. Are you on the green-backed heron now?
Yeah.
Where's he gone now? He's just right in the middle of the shot.
Yeah.
Difficult to see him with the mud. Oh, there he's moving now. There you go, you can see him nice out in the open now. Quite a lot smaller than the grey heron. You hear the grey go-away bird calling in the background there. Shame. I prefer its old name, grey lory. But when the name changes came in, the Churracos, which were the lories, the name got changed because of the colour of the feathers, the purples and the greens. They contain churacovidin and churasin. And unfortunately the grey go-away bird doesn't contain any of those colours, so they couldn't really be called Churraco. So the name was given go away after the call. Hello! Now, hippos can afford to spend quite a lot of time in the water. Their metabolism is very, very slow. So for an animal that size, they can take in about a third of what they should eat. That's roughly about 40 kilos of food, maybe 40 kilos. But for an animal that size, you're looking at about 1.5, 1.8 tons. For a large male, you may get maybe 2, maybe 3 sometimes. I've seen in books. I've never seen a hippo that size, but apparently they are capable. And that's why there's a bit of a debate as to whether they are the second largest land mammal or whether the rhino is. I think it's only on odd occasion they can reach those weights, but average you're looking at 1.5, 1.8. But they've got a very slow metabolism, and obviously that will help to combat, especially during the winter time when the water is very, very cold. Then they're not going to be wasting too much heat, so that the water's not going to feel as cold as what it does to us. And obviously they've got a very thick layer of skin as well, so that will also help when it is very cool. Okay, shall we continue on? That's where that greenbacked heron's gone. There he goes. I think the water's slightly deeper here, and that's why the hippos seem to be congregating on this side more than the other side. The greenbacked heron's blown off. If anybody does have any more questions, then send them through to clientcontrol@safari.tv. The chances of trying to see if we can get these go-away birds seems like I'm talking about them. Let's actually see if we can see them. Oh, stay. So this is the grey go-away bird, or lory. So I prefer the old name, the lory. Very distinctive looking bird. You can't really mistake it for anything else, with that tall crest on top of its head. A big heavy bill built for eating seeds and fruit. ran off that way last night. I'm not seeing any flowers at the moment, and generally the flowers that come up before the rainy season, you can pretty much guarantee they're going to be toxic. Because if you think about the plants that are around, as soon as there's any greenery, then the animals are all going to go and congregate and eat. So if you are a plant that flowers, starts to grow just before the rains come, then you're actually putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're more likely to be eaten. So that's why plants that flower before the rains and before a lot of the vegetation has started growing again, you get them being highly toxic so that animals aren't going to eat them. Quite looking forward to seeing what's going to be flowering around here. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of flowers that are new to me. And same with the trees as well. You can start identifying some more of the trees. At the moment, during the winter, trying to identify a lot of the trees, it's very, very difficult. Though there are still some you can identify quite nicely. Judging by the bark and the way the branches are formed, should help you. A bit of plastic there in the bush. Good thing to save. The animals with. Able to get the arrow marked Babylon? No, there he goes. Sorry? Sorry? More? Standing by?
Yeah, which one? Corner mark?
Sorry, I didn't copy. Wait, can you send again? I didn't copy.
This is the left now, Ted. Checking now.
Okay, I'm just in draft dip at the moment on Central.
Okay, copy, thank you.
Looks like we have some elephant tracks. One set of elephant tracks in the road going that way. So with the strong winds and the cooler temperature, that's why I'm not really seeing too much from the birds again. seem to see quite a few more than what I expect in this weather. So we just had the arrow marked babblers, but they flew off a little bit too quickly before we could catch them on camera for you. That's the babblers that we were hearing a little bit while we were watching the lions, I think. It was, and they chatter constantly. So you might hear them by the water hole as well. Sounds like a rattling sound. There's no tracks from the elephant leaving down there. I've lost the tracks again. It looks like they've gone off this side. Let's see if there's any movement down here. Did you say what you thought you saw turned out to be a branch?
I couldn't see it anymore, but
Couldn't see it.
actually looked like orange.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just wondered if it was maybe looking like an elephant. This road seems to get a lot of action from the animals, and it's very close to this drainage line. That's possibly why. You get leopards moving through the drainage lines, lions, elephants. There's a buffalo through here. If there's any more. This one I can see there. Ah, there we go. A little bit more easier to see these ones. This one's fairly close to the road here, feeding. Can we get in here? Quite relaxed group of males. I think this is the same bunch from yesterday, and I wonder if that other buffalo that we saw where the lion was eating from him is possibly part of this group. And so we are going to try and drive past at some stage. Just going to make a little loop here and just see if those lions have made their way back to the kill. So hopefully just leaving them to it would have relaxed them a little bit more. And actually Scotty, who was asking about the buffalo earlier, hopefully you can get a size comparison just then actually with the buffalo being so close to us. So these are Savannah or African buffalo. So the Cape buffalo tends to be a smaller group of buffalo down towards the Cape. Okay, shall we continue on and say we'll just have a drive by the carcass before we close. But there you go, Scotty. Oh, didn't go back. There you go. You can kind of see the buffalo's probably about 5 meters away from us. And so hopefully you can kind of see the size difference. And say his back would probably come to about here by jigger. Oh, not by jigger, by gunda. We'll see if we can will allow us to drive past him. So yeah, he looks quite relaxed. See if we can get a size comparison if he is relaxed. Not quite. Sorry, mister. Hey! So yeah, if I was to stand, I could probably look straight in the eye. Sorry, mister. I didn't mean to move you. That was a very dirty look he gave me. He obviously was enjoying that part of grass. I'll say, this is quite a noisy vehicle, so I can't see how I would have snuck up on him. Almost seems to have been that we did. There's actually some more sleeping at the back there. I think these boys are banding together. I think they are because of all the amount of line activity. So to begin with, we had a small group of about 2. Then there was about 5. And there was about 9. I think Jared counted 10. Obviously, it could be a different bachelor group, and so it just seems to be that they're growing in numbers. Vulture's Nest Road. So I think the vulture is actually fledged. We didn't really see much of the development of the vulture. Saw the parents making the nest. I haven't seen them around there for quite a while now. Thanks everybody for sending in the questions. Hopefully helped to resolve the confusion. Either that or made you confused even more. One of the two. So sometimes things make sense in my head and I forget that sometimes it doesn't with others. You guys sometimes have a job of keeping up with me. I'll have like a conversation in my head and kind of answer the conversation out loud, and the guys kind of look at me and go, what's going on? And if anybody is still a little bit confused, please let me know. See if I can explain what's been happening with the lines the best I can. But I will see if we can try and find out who the lions are. As I say, I'm struggling with IDing them. I think the reason being we just don't see the lions often enough. And they do have the ability to separate themselves from the pride. So it's always nice when you do get a full pride. And you can go, okay, I know which one that is now. So I have only seen the Yunkin Pumas a couple of times, and I don't think I've ever seen them together. It's only been parts of the pride, which doesn't help. Any socials interested, there's some in Yari at the back of Chelapan on Vulture's Nest Road. So past Chelapan, onto Chelapan Road. If you are following on the map, it's not marked. Named, it is marked. You just follow the road from Weaver's Nest through to Twin Dams, and that is Chelapan Road. Chelapan lies at the junction with Twin Dams. Are starting to draw in. What did Jared say about 30% chance of rain today? Oh, was that last night? Okay. Yeah, maybe the percentage is higher. Back on to Weaver's Nest Road. Just going to see if the lines have made their way back. sometimes that's all it needs for an animal just to relax. It's just for the vehicles just to leave it, let them gather their thoughts, gather themselves. Sounded like just the other vehicle just going on to the other side. They just weren't happy about it. Moved. I don't think having the other vehicle, the sighting when he was eating, he didn't like that either. I think with the other vehicle going around the side, see, it put him on edge a little bit. On the kill. Station with the Nyati Ganga to my Kodoni. Yeah, do you mind if I join you? I didn't realise anyone was still at the number. There is one hyena there. I'm just it's like the hyena's limping as well. I'm just going to see if I can just pull in a little bit to the side here. See through there? He seems to be quite nervous, actually, looking over his shoulder. So I do wonder if there's either the hyena or the lion. Well, the lions are still here.
I'll be back in about 4.
Oh, we've got a battalier coming in.
Otherwise, anything picked up.
I wonder if the lines are still lying in the drainage line. Well, thank you very much everybody for joining us, and do enjoy the rest of your day. I think we're going to stay a little bit longer, but we're not going to be able to stay too much longer because there are some of the vehicles interested. So I'll say goodbye for myself and the team. If you'd like to watch a little bit longer, then just stay with us. But I will have to move because we do have a vehicle behind us. So for those of you who are leaving, bye for now. Oh, here come the vultures. Tex? Tex? Text me. I can move forward so you can come here if you want. Okay. I don't know where the Battalier went. The Battalier flew over, and there's definitely a couple of other vultures. They should start to come in. There we go. I'm starting to see them in the sky again, just above our heads. As I say, the lions should make their way back to the carcass at some stage. But if they leave it too long, the hyenas might all come in and devour it before they have a chance to eat on it. So this one hyena is certainly a little bit anxious. Quite a small hyena as well, so it could be one of the youngsters. I'll say it's going to be obviously a lot more wary being on its own as well. And being on its own, it has to keep a lookout for any danger from the lions. So that's why we're seeing it looking over its shoulder constantly after every bite. Thanks a lot, Day. All the vehicle movement has just scared the hyena a little bit. I say, with him being a youngster, he's still very, very nervous. Can you see the vulture in the tree there or not?
Yeah.
It is quite far. That was the white-backed vulture that's still flying in. That is picking up the scent of the lions. So I'm just going to move forward a little bit and just maybe try and turn in here. And that's why it's not sure exactly where the smell's coming from. But I don't think we're going to stay much longer. As I say, it is very nervous. And especially with the other vehicles being here as well. Okay, as I say, with all that vehicle movement, I'm on that edge a little bit, just like the lions. We're going to start up. See, it's not faced back, but it's starting. And I think with him disappearing, I think we're going to leave the sighting. Thanks again everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the morning drive. I realised we had a few technical issues with the stream, but hopefully you were able to catch us and see how the lions are doing and the hyena. But hopefully we'll be able to catch up with them later on this afternoon, see how the vultures are feeding off the carcass, and hopefully the lions will make their way back. Hopefully they would have relaxed a little bit and made their way back and eaten. And it's quite an overcast day, so I think they may come back during the day to come and feed on it. So that's my hope anyway. And as I say, we'll see if we can try and catch up with them later on this afternoon. So thank you very much everybody, thank you for all the questions, and we'll see you again at 3 o'clock Central Africa time for our next live safari. If not, then 6:30 for the fireside chat with Dr. Patrick Benson. Bye for now, and the rest of the team. Take care.